Hello, welcome to Jette TV. Today I will be interviewing Cami Jones of Cami Jones Organizing. Cami helps a whole bunch of people in a whole bunch of careers, but we're going to talk about how she helps the clients of realtors, especially senior clients. So she has a finesse working with seniors that I just love, and she helps our clients out in so many ways in that regard. So tell me a little bit about what your business is and how you help seniors.
Well, a lot of people in this area are, when they're relocating, they're downsizing is what a lot of people say, or I call it right sizing. And so what I do when I'm working with a senior client, a lot of times a realtor, like Jette, will refer somebody to me, and the house really is a bit away from where they can put it on the market. So what I do is...
A little cluttered.
A little cluttered. And sometimes they've lived in the house anywhere from 20 to 40 years. So, the things they get, throughout their life. So what I do is hold them by the hand, and we go through things, and I do what they call in the interior world, they call it editing a home.
That's a nice way.
That's editing.
You're so much nicer than the way I word it.
But that way it's a little bit easier
right.
for them, knowing that somebody's listening to them, and the things that are precious we're taking care of.
Absolutely.
Things that need to go to the family, we try to get those to the family. Things they want to donate. It's a multi-layered process.
Right.
And so I find when I'm working with the seniors, number one, to slow down, because they're not going to go at my speed.
Right.
They're going to go at a little bit slower speed. So I break it down into workable increments.
I like that.
Instead of coming and hanging out a half a day with them and they'd be just way beyond exhausted, I come in and work with them maybe a couple hours at a time. And we set up a schedule and make it doable for them. And then if I need to, I bring in extra people just so we have extra hands to get things done. Once we get where we've identified things that kind of need to be put away or packed, then we go into packing on what I call their TLC things, the tender loving care, the things they know they want that are precious to them, that you don't necessarily want in your home when you're showing it.
Right.
So we do a lot of pre-packing. And
I like the pre-packing idea as a realtor because it's helping with the whole emotional process of moving things along.
Yes.
You're going to have to pack anyway. It kind of gets the whole feel going.
It does, and it makes it easier.
Right.
Because when the realtor comes back and they see they're working towards it, I think it makes it a little easier for everybody to work as a team.
Right. It also makes the buyer more comfortable coming into the house when they can see a vision when you have edited some things out of the house.
Well, especially a lot of family things. It's like, or collections. There are people who have incredible collections in memorabilia. And I said, do you want them looking at that, or do you want them looking at your home?
Right.
And so we work through that, and we make sure everything is labeled incredibly well. And I've had people relocate to Hawaii even, and when they got the boxes there, they said everything was great.
They knew where it was labeled.
Yeah, everything was labeled, and everything made it, which for me, I was like, oh goodness, Hawaii. I take a lot of care with the
I know
clients.
You do.
And I think that's what they feel, that Cami is my team person. She's
Absolutely.
my go-to for whatever it is I need, and then I work with the realtor so that kind of it's like a little triangle that between the
mover and the realtor.
I let those handle the heavy stuff. I tell them, I'm not moving furniture now, but it is. There are some great movers in this area. So
and we're interviewing one soon.
Yeah.
Hardin Alley.
Yes, and I work with them a lot.
Mel Green.
They're great. All of them are great.
I haven't told them yet.
You haven't told them? Oh, no, Mel.
I'm going to call and invite them for an interview, though, I swear.
But they're a great group, and they do anything you ask them to do.
I love them.
Which
even moved my parents to Hawaii.
Yeah, and back.
And back. And back. They're back.
So, that's a little bit of, how I help them. And then, we talked about before that a lot of clients are moving into much smaller homes.
Absolutely.
And they don't know what to do when they get there.
Right.
And so I go afterwards and actually help them unpack all the boxes, break them down, make sure all the mess goes away, and actually organize and unpack things for them.
That is so awesome. Both sides of the move, the whole emotional,
whole thing.
You're the connection of the emotions throughout. Just like the realtor, but if the realtor is not representing them on the purchase side, they're selling, you are the one constant.
Yeah, so I kind of get bounced between several people when I'm helping one of my clients. And in a recent client, it was really hard for the gentleman, and it was really looking at how we all, we're all on the phones and we're texting and we're all communicating, so that the client himself felt really good and felt like he was in charge and he was in touch and felt that he was being taken care of. And I think that's the thing that's most important for most seniors, to know they're being taken care of.
And I know you work with quite a few seniors that are moving into either
Yes.
assisted care or not assisted care, but a senior or retirement type facility.
Right, the
And
communities.
we recently broke a senior out of one, and he moved. At the same time, another senior moved in to Merrill
yes.
Gardens. We broke one out, and he bought a house in Marina near his daughter. So you never know.
You never know. And that's a very different lifestyle, and it's a very different setup than the home they've been living in for ever how many years.
And scary. It's
a
scary
little
decision.
scary, and they go in there and they're like, where's all the closets? And it's like, well, you don't really have much closet space here, but we can work with what they have. And I've had people install extra shelving inside of closets, take doors off and turn them into something else rather than a closet. So there's a lot of things you can do to make it more like their home. And I pull in interior designers to help with that if they really need, real interior work done.
You have all the connections.
I have the ideas, but I want somebody who knows how to implement it to do it and do it right.
Sure.
Otherwise it's not going to turn out so good. But there are a lot of things you can do with them.
What would you say the biggest thing is that is missed, or that the biggest issue that occurs, or just some important tip?
I don't think people realize how long it's going to take them to go through their things. I frequently get a call and they're like, I want to put my home on the market next month. But in 1 month,
and then the realtor,
I want to go through everything.
Week,
right? I want to do everything in 1 month or a week, and it's like, I think it's going to take you longer than that, because they forget how emotional, like you mentioned, how emotional things are to them.
Yes.
So my biggest, is like, if you just even are thinking about it, is to go ahead and start working on the objects that may have to go somewhere else.
It's really interesting how people go through the process so differently. I've had some that really need the long time, and then others where I'm quite surprised will just say, empty the house and leave everything, things that I consider, shocking, right? So it's really interesting, but some people feel better about just kind of cutting it off and moving on, and other people need that time to slowly release things.
Yes, the ones that can just let it go, that's when an estate sales company comes in really
You have contacts with that?
I have contacts with 3 different ones that work here.
Great,
and so it's good to have that in your back pocket.
Absolutely.
Because the people who are just like, I'm just taking this furniture and my clothes and the rest of it can stay, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
They just need a way to get all that stuff that's there out.
Right.
So,
well, good. All right. Well, thank you so much. We enjoyed having you come today. I want to show your phone number, or at least say it. And it's too small to show on here, but this is Cammie Jones Organizing. And her phone number is
on the back. It's probably a little easier.
831-394-8419.
And that's my home number, and it has a real old-fashioned voicemail, so it makes it through.
Good. I love it. And of course, Cammie is also under preferred vendors on our website, Team, T-E-A-M, Jette, Jette.com. Thanks so much for tuning in on our blog number 5.